got another problem with the G35. The rear left window will not work with either the switch at that door or the switch at the driver's door. So I'm guessing it's probably the motor, but we'll take it apart and we'll figure it out. So I'll start by taking the door panel off. I'm guessing there's a screw behind here, so I'll use a plastic tool to pop this cover off and find the screw back there. And there's probably a screw or two behind this panel right here. And there's a little indent right down here. And I'll use that to pry this off. Yep, and once you get those panels off, there's a screw right here. One up here, and then a third right there. Once you get those screws off, you just basically stick your fingers behind the plastic on the bottom here and you pull sharply towards you, and you'll get the pop rivets to snap all along the edge. Once the rivets, those plastic rivets are popped out, it'll be loose, and you just have to lift it up to get it out of the channel of the window. And then there'll be some connections on the back that you need to disconnect for the speakers maybe, or the switch down there, and then the door pull up here. These standard electrical connectors, they push in and pull out on that one, and then over here push in and pull out on that one. And then these two cables, you basically just bend them out of the channel they're in. So you'll see a channel that they're riding in, and you just you can bend them a little bit and pull them out of the channel. Next we'll remove this plastic that protects the inside of the door. Okay, you can check the electrical signal by probing these two wires, the blue and the green. So you just disconnect this connection right here by pressing in on the button here and pulling out, and then with the switch actually connected, you can reach behind and actually toggle the up and down switch, and you should get 12 volts or negative 12 volts depending on which direction the switch is going to these two wires, the green and the blue. So they're in here, green and the blue, the top left and as you're looking at it, in the top right. And when I probe them on this, I do get 12 volts and negative 12 volts when the switch is moved up and down. So I know the switch is working and it's getting power. It's just the motor has probably gone bad. So I'm going to take the motor out, which is these 12 millimeter, 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts right there. Once you take off those 4 10 millimeters, and they are 10 millimeters, I think I said 12 before, then you can drop the motor down. It'll come with the regulator assembly here attached to it as you slide the window down, and then you can get access to the bolt right here, which is also 10 millimeter. Take that out, and then you can slide the regulator out of the side here and detach it from the window. Actually, there's a couple pins that keep you from removing the regulator altogether from that window slide. So you can actually reach behind here with a ratchet and a T25, and use the three T25 bolts to remove this motor. Well, it turns out that dropping the motor on the concrete fixed it. So it must have been some rust buildup from not being used in a long time or something else. But the motor works fine. I was able to connect the motor without it being attached to the regulator while it was out of the vehicle, and try the up-down button, and they both worked. And so now it's fully functional again. Now I just need to put it back together. Just reverse the steps, attach the 3 T25 screws to hold the motor together onto the regulator, and then these 10mm bolts, 4 of them, to put the regulator back in place. Before you put anything back in place, I'm going to link a video to a how to reset the upper and lower limits of the pinch function for the window pinch, to make sure that the auto up and down work properly. Otherwise they won't work. So watch that video here, and then come back to this video to figure out all the rest of the steps to put it all back together. But basically it's just reversal of the process to take it apart. Okay, put the door card back in place. Remember the plastic liner that goes around the inside. Then snap the door card into place by pressing all around the outside edge. Put the screw in here, 1, 2, 3. Then you put the trim piece back on. Make sure you put the top of the trim piece in first, and then snap it into place, and then this trim piece right here, and you're done.